mistakes that you notice businesses are making and offer recommendations on what are some of the tech solutions or what are some of the accounting solutions that you think can be possible, so that when you bring these things on board, businesses will be able to survive without flaunting the tax laws and the tax regulations.
Exactly. You realize earlier we're talking about people keeping proper records of accounts. So the technology, when you automate your system, when you employ the services of a technology, what it means is that your system, that there will be a system that you operate. This system will help you to compute these taxes that you are supposed to do without waiting until somebody comes to you to come and tell you this is what you have to do. So there are so many accounting softwares that are out there, and it's always advisable you speak to somebody who is in that field, so that the person will recommend, or a tech person who can actually help you with the appropriate solution that suits your working environment. And when we talked about consumption taxes, these consumption taxes, which in Ghana here popularly called the VAT, this VAT that you are supposed to pay, assuming you have, let's say, 1,000 transactions in a month. So if you manually want to compute this, if you omit one of them, your work or your tax will become incomplete because there is some that is out. And if you make a mistake and adding one more than once, you'll be paying more. But where you employ the services of a technology, this technology would be able to calculate each transaction and the exact tax that you are supposed to pay. So at the end of the day, when the term is due, you only need to see the total payment that you need to go and make to the tax authorities and establish your way of paying, whether through bank, whether going there physically, whether they have their portal here that we are all over the world. Tax authorities have a way of collecting taxes. So if you happen to be in Ghana here, you go to the tax portal, tax payers portal, then you will look at the tax that you are supposed to file, then check the amounts that you are supposed to pay, go to the tax portal, fill in your details, and at the end of the day, you can make the payment even on the portal without even physically going to the tax authorities. So it is important that you employ of a technology that would aid you to know the complete amount that you are supposed to pay, so that you don't end up paying less than what is due, because the remainder can still be a tax offense. Because if you do not pay total, the complete, what it means is that what is remaining will become, there will be penalties that can accrue to that, and which you are liable to pay at the end of the day. We also have, let's say, some withholding taxes. These withholding taxes can be employment withholding tax, can be your expenditure withholding tax, can be your any type of this thing related activity that you do. There are some withholding taxes that you are supposed to pay. For example, let's take employment withholding taxes. We have pay as you earn, which is popularly known as the payee. This kind of tax is a graduative tax that an employer is supposed to withhold from the salary of an employee and remit it to the state by the 15th of the ensuing month. So at the end of the day, if you happen to have an automated payroll service, this payroll service would automatically calculate all of these taxes for you without you even requiring somebody to come. And the moment you just input the data, employment, the payroll into the system, it will automatically generate this kind of tax for you, so that at the end of the day, you go and pay this tax peacefully. And if not, you fail to have a system that would, you can probably say, okay, I will do it myself. Fine, it is good, you can do it yourself. But any mistake that you commit into that, remember that ignorance of the law is not an excuse. So at the end of the day, this can attract penalties and interest that you would pay. Instead of paying, let's say, 500, you would end up paying more because you have not accurately compute the tax that you are supposed to remit to the state.